The Clams jump right back into Tidewater's Summer League action after an exhibition contest yesterday against former CPL rival, the Peninsula Pilots, in a 9-1 loss. Yesterday, the Steamers, in their second exhibition game, picked up their second loss in exhibition contest this summer, bringing their 7-game winning streak to a screeching halt. Tonight, the Edenton Steamers look to get back to their winning ways as they welcome in the Greenbrier Knights for the 7th time in 2020. Still with the top spot in the TSL with a 12-4 overall record, with yesterday's exhibition making no impact. While Edenton had their winning streak snapped at 7 games, they still roll in with a 7-game TSL winning streak as they have yet to lose a TSL contest in over the week. The Knights, on the other hand, hold the 3rd place spot in the TSL with a 5-10 overall record and ride in looking to right the ship after 3 straight losses, most recently back-to-back losses to the Old Dominion Hitters, being outscored in both those contests by a total of 13-2, and the losing streak stretching back to last Saturday, July 11th, and a 10-0 loss to the Steamers here at Historic Hicks Field. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and baseball fans alike. My name is Patrick Foster. Welcome to Historic Hicks Field on this Thursday evening and yet another edition of Edenton Steamers Baseball on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. The Clams look to get back in the win column tonight following yesterday's road exhibition loss to Coastal Plain League, the Peninsula Pilots, and former rival of the Edenton Steamers, 9-1. While we have some time, let's take a deeper dive into that contest. A 9-1 loss for the Edenton Steamers. Peninsula put the ball in the Clams' court right away by bringing 2 runs across in the bottom of the first inning on 2 hits. Designated hitter Luke Zimmerman brought both RBIs in with a 2-out single with bases loaded to make it a 2-0 game. Both teams were held scoreless until the top of the 5th inning. The Steamers cut the lead in half with a Josiah Seitler solo shot to the right field off Pilots relief pitcher Luke Zimmerman to make it just 2-1. The home run was Seitler's 4th of the summer, but will not count towards his 2020 TSL statistics. The Pilots expand their lead in the bottom of the 7th when Luke Zimmerman opened up the inning with a triple to right field and came around to score on the throwing error from Steamers catcher Case Kermode, with Zimmer caught in a run down between 1st and 2nd off a ground ball from right fielder Cole Seacrest, who ultimately came around to score on the error as well. That error really shifted any momentum that was in the Steamers' favor back towards the Peninsula Pilots. The 3rd run of the inning, crossed for Peninsula via bases loaded, hit by pitch from relief pitcher Ray Stokeham to make it 5-1. Peninsula put the bow on the contest with an additional 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th off 3 hits. Catcher Cy Snedeker brought the 1st run of the inning across on a single to right field, while Nick Biddison picked up his only RBI of the night with a fielder's choice. And Hunter Hart wound up adding 2 more with a bases loaded single. The Clams were set down in order in the bottom of the 9th, or top of the 9th for that matter, by way of elite pitching from Pilot closer Marcus Olivares. The Steamers got a taste of near MLB level pitching. 97, 96 mile per hour fastballs from Olivares to 3 straight batters. Also an impressive 87 mile per hour slider to Adam Fine in his strikeout. Olivares threw for just 1 inning and struck out all 3 batters he faced out of the pen. Edenton starter Jake Rice put together 6 innings of work, and a strong 6 innings at that, allowed just 2 runs on 6 hits with 1 walk and 6 strikeouts collected. Pilot starter Ryan Devine worked for 3 innings. He gave up no runs on no hits, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. Edenton saw 3 pitchers take the mound out of the bullpen, including Kyle Reynolds, Ray Stokeham, and Daniel Willey, while the Pilots saw 5. Including starters, Edenton pitchers walked 5 Peninsula batters and struck out 8, while Pilot slingers just walked 2 and struck out 16 Steamers. The visiting Clams were out hit by the Pilots 11-6 in the contest. Josiah Seitler, Houston Wright, Jared Kaufman, Alan Alonso, Brody Rubenstein, and Aaron Copeland all came away with just 1 hit in the contest, not 1 Steamer with a multi-hit game. Let's take a look back now at the last contest between the Steamers and the Knights. It was a 10-0 finish back on Saturday, July 11th. It was the 6th straight win for the Edenton Steamers and forced the season series to 5-1 in favor of the hometown Clams tonight. Edenton scored runs in each inning outside of the 3rd and 6th, with their largest offensive output coming in the 2nd inning with 4 runs. 5 pitchers combined for the first shutout of the season, including starter Joe Kemledge, Brett Folk out of the bullpen, along with Aaron Copeland, Ryan Kutz, and Kyle Reynolds, who as a group struck out 14 Knights. Edenton finished tied in hits with the Knights 10-10 in the contest. Houston Wright led the way at the plate, finishing 3 for 4 with a home run and 4 RBIs in the game. Jared Kaufman and Tyler Myers also had multi-hit games respectively. Tredell Blow, Ricky Sisto, both of which will not be with the Knights tonight, along with Luke Uff, had 2 hits for Greenbrier. Joe Kemledge once again was the starter in the contest for the Steamers, threw for 4 innings, allowed no runs to cross on 5 hits. No walks given up, and 8 struck out Knights at the plate. Ryan Kutz took the W after 2 innings in relief work with 2 hits surrendered, no runs and 1 strikeout. Greenbrier starter Shane McCarthy picked up the loss in the season. After 2 innings of work on the mound, he allowed 5 runs, all of them earned on 5 hits, 3 walks with 3 strikeouts. Starting Steamers being announced as they take the field. The Teamers will head to the opposing foul lines down the left and right field line as we get set for our national anthem. As we do, I'll hand the duties over to our PA announcer, Tommy Bass, for our national anthem.
Read the latest issue of the Daily Advance or visit thedailyadvance.com. We ask at this time that you please stand. Gentlemen, remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem, being performed tonight by Robin Glenn.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Robin.
The umpires for tonight's contest: John Gardner behind the plate with Eric Byram and Lee Joins in the field. Tonight's starter for the Edenton Steamers taking the mound, Josiah Seitler, the rising junior at the University of South Carolina. Hit a home run as a designated hitter in yesterday's contest in 4 plate appearances. Was the only run for the Edenton Steamers in the 9-1 loss to the Peninsula Pilots. Seitler comes in with 3 games under his belt on the mound. Seitler with 11 total innings pitched thus far in 2020. He's made 2 starts as well and a win-loss record of 1-0. He's in those 3 games on the mound, has allowed just 2 earned runs to score on 6 hits with 4 walks given up, but 17 strikeouts. Seitler named an all-star today for the Tidewater Summer League along with 9 other Steamers. Eyes also on Houston Wright, the designated hitter in today's contest. Wright enters today's contest leading the TSL in slugging percentage at .870, home runs with 10 and RBIs with 26. Wright is also leading Edenton in batting average. In TSL play, a .391 average, 24 runs scored as a runner, and ranks 2nd in the TSL in on-base plus slugging at 1.310. Throw down from Alan Brown to conclude Josiah Seitler's warm-up here in the top of the first. You're underway. Wes Bonney, the second baseman out of King University, digging in for the first time tonight. Bonney, a .389 average. 7 hits and 18 official at-bats, 6 of them singles with 1 double. First pitch from Seitler in there for a called strike one. Looked like a fastball that caught the high inside corner. First pitch tonight, 7:02 p.m. Breezy day with the wind blowing in from left center. Second pitch from Seitler, low and inside. As he follows the first pitch fastball up with a breaking ball down at the ankles. Count moves to 2-1. The 3-1 taken from strike 2, so the count fills up at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss on the 3-2. So Bonney starts his night against the Steamers with a swinging strikeout. We'll take you around the defense now for the Edenton Steamers. Josiah Seitler out of the University of South Carolina on the mound. Alan Brown, the rising sophomore at Presbyterian College behind the plate. Tyler McPeak out of Campbell University at first base. Shane Easter out of Eastern Michigan at second. His collegiate teammate Jared Kaufman starting over at shortstop tonight, as Trent Hanchy digs in for his first plate appearance against the Edenton Steamers tonight and swings over the top of a breaking pitch. Count moves to 0-1. Tyler Myers out of Presbyterian College as well, starting over at third base to complete the infield alignment. The outfield from left to right, Jackson Hipp out of Brown University, Brody Rubenstein out of Montreat College, and Adam Fine heading into his sophomore year at St. Joseph's in right. 2-1. Following back-to-back balls from Seitler. Seitler made his last appearance on the mound against Tidewater back on the 10th. Threw for 2 innings. Count runs away from Seitler as the second batter in the order, Trent Hanchy, now faces a 3-2 count. Hanchy with an average a bit below 300 as a changeup gets him swinging for the third and final strike of the AB. 2 outs recorded on back-to-back swinging strikeouts for Greenbrier. Seitler picking up his 18th and 19th strikeouts on the mound with the first 2. Ty Hanchy digging in now, the designated hitter, and twin brother of Trent Hanchy, both sophomores at Norfolk State. Tip foul back into the catcher's mitt. Count 0-1. Breaking pitch that finds the zone. And a slow mover at that from Josiah Seitler, keeping Hanchy off balance at the plate. Count moves to no balls and 2 strikes. Called strike 3. 3 up, 3 down. Seitler moves up to an even 20 strikeouts on the bump this season, as Greenbrier earns no hits, no runners left on, no runs come across, no errors on part of the Steamers defense. When we come back, top of the order due up for Edenton as they try to settle back into TSL play and get that offense going after just a 1-run output in 9 innings yesterday against Peninsula. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Brody Rubenstein set to lead off for the Steamers here in the bottom of the first, following a scoreless top of the inning from the Greenbrier offense. Josiah Seitler with a nice start to this contest. 3 straight strikeouts to start his 3rd start for the Edenton Steamers. Luke Legman, the starter on the mound for Greenbrier, as he gets Rubenstein to swing over the top of what looked like a curveball for strike 1. Legman has made 2 starts this season for Greenbrier, made 3 appearances on the mound, as he gets Rubenstein to fall behind in the count on back-to-back breaking pitches. No balls and 2 strikes. 12 innings collected from Legman thus far. 7 earned runs given up on 13 hits, 4 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters at the plate. Rubenstein reaching out of the zone, but he makes contact with it. A slow roller to the second baseman, Bonnie. Tried playing that one a bit too casually with a one-handed pickup attempt with the glove, but it slides underneath his glove and into right center field. Jared Kaufman digging in now, after Rubenstein reached on the error from Wes Bonnie at second, the first error for either side tonight. Kaufman with just 1 hit yesterday against Peninsula, picked up the first hit of the contest for the Steamers. Rubenstein on his way to second. The throw down from the catcher is in time. Rubenstein standing with his hands in the air. Surprised by the call, but he heads back to the dugout. We'll go around the defense now. Warren Bailey, the catcher behind the plate, making that throw down. The redshirt sophomore out of Bryan and Stratton College. Luke Legman, the freshman out of St. Louis Community College, on the mound, as he comes with the 1-0 to Kaufman at the plate. Looked like a changeup, a bit high above the zone, taken for ball 2. Christian Carter, the freshman out of California University at Pennsylvania. Starting at first base, Wes Bonnie out of King University, heading into his junior season at second. Trent Hanchey, the sophomore out of Norfolk State, starting at shortstop as Kaufman pops up the 2-0. Christian Carter racing in from first base, but that ball lands over the net, out of play. Jacob Jackson starting at third base, the incoming freshman at Washington and Lee University, to complete the infield alignment for the Knights. 2-1. Slow breaking pitch there from Legman. Evens up the count at 2-2. Outfield left to right, Bo Gonzalez, the junior out of Coastal Bend College, in left. Shane McCarthy, the junior out of Florida Southern, in center. And Rylan Brown, the freshman at Lewisburg College, in right. 2-2 grounded on the third base line, but foul, as the head coach and third base coach Marshall McDonald for the Edenton Steamers fields that one cleanly. Count stays at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2 on its way to Kaufman. Fouled off. So the count remains at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Kaufman also struck out once yesterday against Peninsula. Kaufman not named an All-Star, but definitely one of the Edenton Steamers' anchors. We're all surprised to see that. Count remains at 2-2 as he fights off yet another pitch. Kaufman comes into this at-bat with a TSL average of .286 at the plate. The 2-2 taken high above the zone, so the count fills up with 3 balls and 2 strikes. Fans, if you missed last night's contest, as always with all of our games, the recording is up on our YouTube page. The 3-2 taken high and inside. Looked like a curveball that Legman lost the grip on. Kaufman earns a walk. So 2 base runners thus far for Edenton through the bottom of the first. Only 1 on now after Brody Rubenstein was thrown out trying to steal second. But still no hits as Houston Wright digs in. with one runner on and just one away here in the bottom of the first inning. Wright 1 for 4 yesterday with a single and a strikeout. Kaufman now on his way down to second. The throw from Bailey behind the plate. A bit off the mark, doesn't pull the shortstop Hanchy off the bag. But as he has to reach across his body, Kaufman slides in safely. So now a runner in scoring position for Houston Wright. As I mentioned, Wright with the TSL leading slugging percentage, home runs, and RBIs, and the leading batting average here on the Edenton Steamers, along with runs scored. The 1-0 to Wright, taken high and away for ball 2. Wright also ranks second in the TSL in quality at bats with 35. 4 of the top 5 spots occupied by Steamers, with Jared Kaufman, in fact, tied for 5th with 31. Wright watches the first strike come all the way in. Count moves to 2-1. Alan Alonso, in fact, holds the top spot in quality ABs with 36. The 2-1 swung on and popped up. Looks like routine left field as Bo Gonzalez works his way under it, taking just a few steps over to his left to record the second out of the inning for the Steamers here in the bottom of the first.
Second base from Eastern Michigan, number 13, Shane Easter.
Shane Easter digging in. Easter held without a hit in yesterday's contest, 0 for 4. Following a very impressive 3 for 4 day in the last TSL contest here in Edenton. A 3 for 4 day against Tidewater with a game-tying home run in the bottom of the 9th inning. Easter pops up the first pitch of the AB. The second baseman, Wes Bonney, working his way just a bit into the right field grass and over towards first base to record the third and final out of the inning. Steamers see 2 base runners, only 1 left on though. No hits for the Steamers in the inning, no runs come across. 0-0 still our score heading in to the top of the second frame. When we come back, Warren Bailey, the catcher, due up first as we work our way into the heart of the order as the cleanup man leads off with Jacob Jackson and Bo Gonzalez also due up in the inning. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Vidant Health is your hometown healthcare provider. With 8 community hospitals across eastern North Carolina, Vidant is happy to serve you for any of your healthcare needs. Vidant also offers numerous wellness center facilities which allow for exercise rehabilitation activities. Be sure to visit your local Vidant centers in Edenton or Windsor and hit a home run with your healthcare provider today. Josiah Seitler still on the mound after striking out 3 batters, allowing no hits in the top of the first. Warren Bailey, the leadoff man in the inning in the cleanup spot for the Knights. Bailey with just 3 plate appearances thus far through 2020, a .333 average as he has just 1 hit on the season. And all 3 plate appearances coming against Old Dominion yesterday, in which he came away with a double in the contest. First 2 pitches to Bailey in this AB, out of the zone as the count moves to 2-0. 2-1 for that matter. 2-1 swung over the top of. Filthy slider there from Josiah Seitler. Evens up the count at 2-2. The 2-2 now. Taken outside for ball 3. Seitler trying to get Bailey to reach high out of the zone. Instead, fills up the count at 3 balls and 2 strikes with none out in the inning. The 3-2. Another slider from Seitler that starts far outside and can't work its way back into the zone as it winds up low and outside. He gives up his first walk tonight, his 5th of the season.
Third base from Washington Lee, number 24, Jacob.
Greenbrier works their first man on via base on balls to Warren Bailey. That brings in Jacob Jackson, the third baseman tonight for the Knights. Jackson last appeared against Edenton back on July 6th. He went 0 for 2 with 2 plate appearances. 1 for 3 last night, though, against Old Dominion in the loss. Lines one hard to Kaufman at short. Takes a hop right in front of his glove as he has to make a diving attempt to his right. Gets by him, though, and into left field as Greenbrier picks up their first hit of the contest. First hit for either side. And that puts 2 runners on with 1 in scoring position. And Bo Gonzalez digging in. Gonzalez with a low average, just above 100. 107 to be exact. 1 single and 2 homers to his credit this year. First pitch swinging, and he pops it into right center. Adam Fine calling off Rubenstein and Jared Kaufman to make the catch for the first out of the inning. That brings in Rylan Brown, the right fielder. Brown 1 for 2 yesterday against Old Dominion with a single in the contest. He also struck out once. RBI opportunity, however, here with one out in the inning and a runner in scoring position with 2 runners on at first and second. Brown takes the first pitch for ball 1. Brown sounded like he foul-tipped one back into the glove. Regardless, the count moves to 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Slider from Seitler that gets Brown out in front of it, also swinging about 6 inches over it to put Brown behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Third pitch, a waste pitch that Brown loses sight on behind the plate. That's Alan Brown, the catcher. Rolled behind him just a bit, but neither runner moving from first or second. The 2-2. Grounded down the third base line, but it drifts foul. So the count sits right where it is. Two upcoming from Seitler once again to Brown. Swings and misses on the heater on the middle outside part of the plate. Second out recorded. Rylan Brown 0 for 1 to start tonight. And now Shane McCarthy, the center fielder, tonight digging in. McCarthy was the starter on the mound against Edenton in the contest back on the 11th. It was his second game played on the mound and his second start as well. Threw for 2 full innings, picked up the loss after surrendering 5 earned runs. First pitch to him in this at-bat, high and inside. Runner on the way down to third. Myers not covering in time, but a bad throw from Brown behind the plate pulls Myers way off the bag as he was looking like the Air Jordan logo just a bit. Spreading his legs to avoid the contact from the runner on his way down. Both runners advance as the throw wound up in shallow left. So 2 runners in scoring position now, with 1-0 the count to McCarthy at the plate with 2 outs in the inning. The 1-0. Fastball above the zone, but McCarthy swinging under it a bit late as well, evens up the count at 1-1. Last time McCarthy appeared as a position player, he went 0 for 4 against the Steamers. Pops up the 1-1 into left field in foul territory. Tyler Myers, the third baseman, backtracking to make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. 1 hit for the Greenbrier Knights, 2 runners left on. No runs come across to score, though. When we come back, Tyler McPeak to lead off in the inning. 5, 6, and 7 due up for the Steamers. Still no score as we head to the bottom of the second inning here at Historic Hicks Field. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
Yes.
Tyler McPeak playing first base tonight for the Steamers, digging in as the leadoff man in the inning. McPeak didn't appear against Peninsula in the exhibition contest yesterday. 0 for 4 against Tidewater in his last appearance back on the 14th. Picked up 2 strikeouts, an average coming into today of 125 at the plate. Takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. Nice motion there on the off-speed pitch from Legman. Count moves to 0-1 against McPeak to lead off the inning. Second pitch takes a hop in the dirt on the edge of the left-handed hitter's batter's box. Count moves to 1-1. Second strike taken. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way to McPeak in the dirt once again. McPeak still looking to find his rhythm at the plate here in 2020. He has 2 home runs to his credit, along with 8 RBIs. But as mentioned, that 125 average one, I'm sure he's looking to see himself pick up. But he goes down looking in his first plate appearance as he watches strike 3. Picks up his 12th strikeout of 2020. And that brings up Adam Fine. Adam Fine made 1 plate appearance last night in the top of the 9th inning against Marcus Olivares, the closer for Peninsula. And man, oh man, did he have to adjust in that at-bat. as he watches the first pitch in this at-bat from Lakeman come all the way in for a strike. Olivares was hitting 96, 97 miles per hour on the gun on fastballs he threw against Adam Fine, as he did against every batter he faced in the inning. But the meanest pitch he threw, in my opinion, of the appearance was an 87 mile per hour fastball to Adam Fine. Fine did foul off a couple of the fastballs. As he takes the 1-1 low and away for ball 2. Count 2-1 to the right fielder Fine. Breaks his bat, swinging at the 2-1. And he just picked out a new bat today after breaking his bat yesterday. Caught in the air. So the second out recorded for the Steamers here in the bottom of the second. Still no hits for the Clams. Alan Brown digging in, looking to change that. But Brown struggling himself at the plate. 0 for 1 in his last appearance against Tidewater on the 14th. 0 for 3 in his last start against Greenbrier back on the 11th. That contest saw Brown pick up 2 strikeouts. He also walked twice. The 1-0. Curveball. Finds the top of the zone, taken for strike 1. Brown, in fact, didn't record an official at-bat against Tidewater and came across to score as the winning run on the Brody Rubenstein walk-off single to deep left field against Tidewater in the 10th inning of that contest. Count moves to 1-2 against Brown. Pitch on its way. Slot foul. Over the Greenbrier dugout down the first baseline. Count remains at 1-2. One ball and 2 strikes coming up from Lakeman. Grounded to the shortstop Hanchy. Moving to his right. He fields it on a hop. Makes the throw over to Carter at first base to record the third and final out of the half inning. No hits for the Steamers, no runners left on, no runs come across to score. Nothing. Still the score as we head to the top of the third frame. When we come back, Christian Carter set to lead off in the 9-hole, then back to the top of the order with Wes Bonney waiting on deck. Trent Hanchy due up third in the inning. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers baseball here at Historic Hicks Field, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
I like that first answer. Hey fans, tomorrow night, regularly Marine night. Also kids get to ring the bases after that. As you make your way down the first base line and visit Brendan Beth in the Steamers merchandise trailer. Also, stop by the tent behind the Steamers dugout. Wake Jed up from time to time and get some of those donuts.
The 2020 TSL All-Star teams were announced today. 10 representatives from each team. The hitters coming out of the Edenton Steamers organization: Houston Wright, Alan Alonzo, Shane Easter, Josiah Seitler, Casey Hare, and Alan Brown. All named to the All-Star team. As Josiah Seitler's back on the mound for his third inning of work. Christian Carter in his first plate appearance tonight takes A slider for a ball in at the toes. This count moves to 1-0. The pitchers coming out of the Steamers organization: Jake Rice, Colin Crimminger, Josiah Seitler, Daley Marcano, and Alex Shirazi. As Carter fouls off the 1-0 to even up the count at 1-1 for the Greenbrier Knights. Wes Bonney, Ty Hanchy, Trent Hanchy, Treadell Blow, Luke Uff, and Ricky Sisto. All all-star selections as hitters, as Carter swinging under a fastball. Now behind in the count, 1-2. The pitchers coming out of Greenbrier: Jake Crumley, Joe Califano, who the Steamers have seen plenty of times through 2020. Carter breaks his bat and skies one into shallow left. It's going to drop for a single. Carter comes up with the first hit of the inning and second on the night for Greenbrier on a 1-2 pitch taken to left field.
They might have some firewood for sale after the game. These bats keep working.
Wes Bonney digging in for his second plate appearance tonight. Bonney went down swinging in his first at-bat. Takes a fastball up at the shoulders for ball one from Seitler. One runner on first in Christian Carter following the leadoff single. Bonney dropping to a knee as he fouls off the 1-0.
Rocco definitely not a fielding cat.
So here at the ballpark, we have this cat that runs around that we've named Rocco. He's an all-black cat. I think we're the only sports team in the entire country that would use a black cat as some type of symbol for anything outside of bad luck. But Rocco definitely a friend here at Historic Hicks Field, and he found his way onto the field for that foul ball and scattered off. The 1-1 to Bonney. Off speed. Looked like a curveball, actually. Swings over the top of it. Count moves to 1-2. The 1-2. Seitler pulls the string on a curveball once again and sets Bonney down swinging for the second time tonight. So one out for Greenbrier now in the top of the third with a runner standing on first. Trent Hanchy digging in for the second time. He also struck out swinging back in the top of the first. Takes a fastball low from Josiah Seitler to put Hanchy ahead in the count 1-0. Hanchy takes the second pitch for ball two. Hanchy yesterday against Old Dominion, 0 for 3 in 3 plate appearances. He struck out twice. Against Edenton back on the 11th, 1 for 4 with a single and 3 strikeouts. The 2-0 taken above the zone. So the count moves to 3-0. Seitler's already walked one here tonight. Warren Bailey, the subject of the walk. The 3-0 taken high for ball 4. One out. Now 2 runners on for the Greenbrier Knights here in the top of the third. Still no score. Greenbrier with 2 hits. Steamers still looking for their first. Ty Hanchy digging in now. He was set down looking as the third and final out of the top of the first inning, as Seitler struck out the side to open up tonight's contest. First pitch to Ty Hanchy. Slider taken high and away for ball 1. Double play ball in order for the Steamers infield, with runners on first and second. Hanchy a hard grounder that takes a high hop off the infield grass and rolls out of bounds, or excuse me, foul. Got stuck in my basketball mode there for a minute. 1-1 the count to the DH for Greenbrier, Ty Hanchy. Has to duck out of the way of a breaking pitch that doesn't break quite enough. Count moves to 2-1. Hanchy did pick up a hit yesterday as opposed to his brother, who went hitless against Old Dominion. Just a single for Hanchy in the contest, also 1 for 4 with a single back on the 11th against the Steamers here at Historic Hicks. The 2-1 reached at, grounded to Myers at third. Fields it, throws over to second for 1. But Easter with no throw over to first as he recognizes Hanchy reached before Easter even had looked over to first base. So that puts runners on the corners now with Christian Carter standing over at first. The only hit in the inning thus far for the Knights. Warren Bailey digging in. He walked and was left stranded on third base. Back in the second. First pitch to Bailey. Taken inside for strike 1. Bailey, the business major at Bryan and Stratton College. Played his high school baseball for Granby High School in Norfolk, Virginia. The 0-1 to him now. Grounded back up the middle. Takes a couple of high hops, but finds its way into center field. Despite the diving attempt from Shane Easter, the first run of the contest comes across to score. Christian Carter from third to make it a 1-0 ball game. The Knights hold the lead here in the top of the third. Jacob Jackson digging in. Jackson with a single to left. So 1 for 1 to start his day. Picked up a stolen base as well as a runner on the base paths. Runners on second and first for Jackson in this AB. Starts it off with a ball taken low and inside at the shins. Hard grounded to Myers at third. Drops to a knee and trots over to the bag at third for the third and final out of the inning. 2 hits for the Steamers in the inning, or for the Knights in the inning. They bring 1 run across and leave 2 runners on, or just 1 runner on for that matter. No errors for the Steamers in the inning. When we come back, the Steamers pick it up with Jackson Hipp in the 8-hole with Tyler Myers. At the bottom of the order, due up, Brody Rubenstein. The third man due up as he leads off the lineup. When we come back in the bottom of the third. 1-0 our score. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Jackson Hipp digging in. The Ivy Leaguer from Brown University. Was 0 for 1 yesterday with a swinging strikeout against Marcus Olivares. To in fact conclude last night's contest as the last out recorded. Hipp's last start for the Steamers came against Tidewater back on the 10th. He went 0 for 2. The 1-1 taken in the dirt. My apologies, Hipp did not in fact start that contest against Tidewater. That was the 23-3 victory here at home. Rips one into left center, and it falls for Hip's just second hit of the season. But he starts off the bottom of the third for the Steamers with a hit. And that brings in Tyler Myers. Myers got the day off yesterday against Peninsula. Made his last appearance, in fact, against Greenbrier back on the 11th. Went 2 for 5 in the contest with a single and a double as the throw over to first is not in time. Another throw over. Carter having to jump off the bag to corral the throw. Hip in safely. Another throw over. Not in time once again. First pitch on its way to Myers. Off speed pitch. The low middle part of the zone, taken for strike one. Myers, in his high school days, played at River Mill Academy. Set records at River Mill, including batting average with an average of .472, hits with 50, on base percentage at .587 as Lakeman tries another throw over. Hip sliding in safely. Count still 0-1 to Myers. Myers also had set RBIs with 44 RBIs and a slugging percentage of .750, named to the All-Conference team 3 consecutive years and received Team MVP and Offensive Award honors during his sophomore and junior years. The 0-1 to him now as he shows bunt. He misses the bunt, and then Hip is doubled or picked off down at first with a nice throw from Warren Bailey behind the plate. Carter applies the tag in time, and the Steamers lose a base runner. And now face one out here in the bottom of the third. Still trailing by 1-0 the score following the 1 run brought in by the Knights in the top of the inning. Myers behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes following the missed bunt attempt. The 0-2 now. Swung at and missed strike 3 in the dirt. But it's not dropped as Bailey holds on to it. Myers strikes out for the 7th time this season. Brody Rubenstein digging back in. Rubenstein fouled the ball off his knee pretty hard yesterday in one of his plate appearances, but walked it off, stayed in the game. Walked up to me on the bus ride home as I was asking or inquiring about what happened in that play. And he showed me this bump on his knee that was about the size of a golf ball. And still making the start today. Takes the first pitch for ball 1. Swings and fouls off the second pitch. Count even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Rubenstein 1 for 4 yesterday with a strikeout. The 1-1. That one swung on. Grounded up towards second base. Takes a hop into the glove of Wes Bonney, who fields it and makes the throw over to first in time for the 3rd and final out of the inning. 1 hit for the Steamers in the bottom of the 3rd, their first hit of the contest. No runners left on, no runs come across to score. In the inning, Greenbrier looking to add to their lead as we head into the top of the 4th inning. Due up Bo Gonzalez to lead off in the 6th hole with Rylan Brown and Shane McCarthy also set up in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. The Albemarle Area United Way is a nonprofit organization that improves residents' lives in 9 counties throughout northeastern North Carolina. This year, the Steamers have partnered up with the United Way and are looking forward to helping raise money for their services. On Saturday, July 25th, the Steamers will be wearing specially themed patriotic jerseys for their game. The jerseys will be auctioned off during the game, and all proceeds will go back to the Albemarle Area United Way. If you'd like to have this one-of-a-kind jersey, be sure to be here that night and support a good cause. Bo Gonzalez digging in to lead off in the top of the 4th inning against Josiah Seitler. Hard ground ball on the first pitch that finds its way into left field. Gonzalez now 1 for 2 today.
Right field for me, scoring number 8, Rylan Brown.
Rylan Brown digging in as he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Brown went down swinging as the second out of the 2nd inning. Settler with a nice slider that was taken, I guess, just above the zone. Looked like a solid pitch to me. And in fact, called ball 1. Third pitch taken outside for ball 2. Double play ball in order for the Steamers infield following the Bo Gonzalez leadoff single. Brown rips one to deep left field. Jackson Hipp gonna have to play that one off the wall. In deep left, makes the throw in a third, and it's not in time as Bo Gonzalez is signaled safe at third. Interesting call there. Must have avoided the tag somehow. It looked like it had been applied in time. Marshall McDonald talking things over with John Gardner, the man behind the plate. A double for Rylan Brown. That puts runners on 2nd and 3rd with no outs in the inning. Coming into today, Seitler had only given up 2 earned runs in 2 starts and 3 appearances on the mound. He's already given up 1 today. A single could add 2 more to his total and bring him up to 5 on the season. Foul off from Shane McCarthy at the plate. There was no net there. That one was coming straight for my head. There's a foul ball hit pretty close to me at the press box at Peninsula yesterday, and I was actually hoping it would actually come into the press box so I could show off my snazzy hands. Ground ball hit to Easter at 2nd. He'll go to 1st for 1. But meanwhile, Gonzalez comes in to score as the 2nd run of the contest for Greenbrier. 2-0 is our score. Now here in the top of the 4th. Rylan Brown moves up to 3rd on the play. So still 1 runner in scoring position as Christian Carter digs in. Carter in the 9-hole. Picked up the 2nd hit. Or make it the first hit of the contest for the Knights with a broken bat single into left. Fouls off the first pitch, falls behind. No balls and 1 strike. Carter bounces one down the 3rd base line on the 0-1, or the 0-2. As it's foul. Oh, 2 pitch coming up. Seitler looking for the 2nd out here in the top of the 4th. Carter pops one up to center field. Rubenstein in under the sun, makes the catch. The throw coming in with the runner on his way in from 3rd. It's not in time. But a beautiful throw from Rubenstein out in routine center field. Took 1 hop right into Brown's glove, maybe a bit high. But still an impressive throw for someone who stands at just above 5'6". Two outs in the inning. 2 runs have come across on 2 hits. First pitch swinging is Bonnie in his third plate appearance, looking to avoid the hat trick as he's gone down swinging in the first and third innings. The 0-1 to Bonnie now. Slider low. Evens up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 now. Foul tipped. Thought that went back into Brown's glove, but he did not come up with it, so just a foul ball into the dirt. Count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes, though. With 2 outs and no runners on for Greenbrier. 2 runs have already come across. The 1-2. Swung at, grounded slowly to the shortstop Kaufman. Charging on it is Kaufman. The throw over to first pulls McPeak off the bag as Bonnie reaches safely. McPeak able to come down with the throw, though, to keep Bonnie to just the first base bag. It'll be an error against Jared Kaufman on the throw. Trent Hanchy digging in. 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout, swinging back in the first. Looking to continue this inning for his Knights squad with a runner on first and 2 away. Watches a fastball barely missed the outside part of the zone. So the count moves to 1-0. The throw over from Seitler. Gets past McPeak. He can't handle the throw over. Slides into foul territory in shallow right. Bonnie advances to second. I'm interested how they're going to score it. The throw from Seitler was in time and in the right spot. McPeak just dropped it over at first. Met coach Marshall McDonald heads out to the mound just to wake that infield up. With back-to-back errors committed, Steamers came into the inning with none, now have 2. 3 errors overall in the contest, with Greenbrier picking up 1 back in the first. Swing and a miss on the 1-0 to even up the count to Trent Hanchy. Takes the 1-0 for ball 2 high and maybe a bit away as well. The 2-1 now. Slider. That does stay in the zone. Bites that middle outside part of the strike zone and moves the count to 2-2. The 2-2. Fouled off in the air down the third baseline and slices out of play. The 2-2. Fastball high and away for ball 3. Fills up the count with 2 outs and Wes Bonnie standing on second base following the error on the throw over. 3-0 our score here in the top of the 4th as 2 runs have already come across. Full count pitch on its way to Hanchy. Swings and misses, but it gets past Brown behind the plate. Hanchy with the quick feet hustling down the first base line, and he reaches first base safely. So listed as a drop third strike. Hanchy picks up his second strike swinging. Ty Hanchy now digging in. Hanchy 0 for 2 today with the strikeout looking. And a ground ball to a fielder's choice. First pitch to him in the AB. Slider on the outer half of the zone. Watched all the way from Hanchy for strike 1. Runners on the corners, 2 away. 3-0 the score with 2 runs coming across in the inning for Greenbrier. Hanchy swings over the top of a slider. That winds up in the dirt. Runs away from Brown behind the plate, but no movement from either runners. Oh, 2 coming up. Seitler looking to get out of the inning. Popped up down the third base line just a bit as it, in fact, moves backwards over the wooden grandstand here at Historic Hicks Field. For those that don't know, Historic Hicks with the last wooden grandstand in North Carolina. The 0-2 is ripped into right field. Adam Fine playing it on a hop. Stumbles out there and right, but makes the throw in time. Wes Bonney scores from third. Trent Hanchy moves all the way up to third on the play. And Ty Hanchy reaching with his first single of the day, now 1 for 3. As the Knights take a 4-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning, bringing 3 runs across. Alan Brown communicating with the infield following the RBI single. Runners on the corners once again as Warren Bailey digs in. Bailey 1 for 1 tonight with a single and a walk. First pitch to him in the AB and looked like a changeup high above the zone. Seitler having to work for far more than 3 outs here in this inning, with 2 errors coming on part of the Steamers infield. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Count moves to 2-0 against Bailey. The 2-0 to the redshirt sophomore. Fastball that he's late on. Count moves to 2-1. One in the dirt. Brown able to keep it in front of him. So the count moves to 3 balls and 1 strike. The 3-1 now. High and away for ball 4. Bases loaded now. Jacob Jackson digging in for the Knights. Jackson 1 for 2 today with a single to left. And a grounder into a fielder's choice in the 3rd inning. Jackson with a .250 batting average coming into today's contest. Swings and fouls off the first pitch of the AB. Behind in the count 0-1. A single will score at least 1, and out ends the inning. With the bases loaded and 2 away. Both Hanchy twins standing on 2nd and 3rd, with Warren Bailey standing on 1st. 0-1. Slider from Josiah Seitler that doesn't slide quite enough. Taken high and away for ball 1. The 1-1. Fastball high above the zone. Count moves 2-1. 1 hour gone here at Historic Hicks Field as we find ourselves 2 outs into the top of the 4th. 3 runs come across in the inning. 4-0 is the lead for Greenbrier. 2-1 taken for a called strike. Fastball there from Seitler. Evens up the count at 2-2. The 2-2. Broken bat, flare into right, and it's going to fall. Hanchy comes from 3rd. Ty Hanchy busting down the 3rd base line from 2nd. He scores as the 2nd run on the single. The throw-in gets past Brown behind the plate. Jackson moves up to 2nd. Bailey all the way to 3rd. And it's now a 6-0 lead for the Greenbrier Knights here in the top of the 4th inning. Five runs coming across to score in the top of the 4th. Move made to the bullpen as Josiah Seitler's night comes to an end. Seitler finishes up with 3 2/3 innings of work completed. He allowed 7 hits and 6 runs to score in that time. Nick Roser, the right-hander coming out of the bullpen, has appeared in 4 games on the mound for the Steamers, collecting 5 total innings of work, 4 earned runs on 7 hits, 5 walks, and 4 punch-outs. His last appearance came against Old Dominion back on the 9th in Game 1 of the doubleheader, in which he threw for just 1 full inning of work, allowed 1 earned run to score on 3 hits, and 1 strikeout. 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning to make it a 6-0 contest. Greenbrier out hitting Edenton right now 7-1, with the Steamers committing 2 errors here in the top of the 4th inning. And this top of the 4th, a half inning that is dragged quite a bit.
Reaching out for your Steamers from the Dog Valley from 23 David Rosen.
So Nick Roser warmed up. One more pitch coming up with Bo Gonzalez waiting in the on-deck circle. Gonzalez 1 for 2 today with a fly out to right and a single that came back in this inning as we've officially batted around here in the top of the 4th. The first pitch to Gonzalez from Roser out of the bullpen is a breaking pitch taken on the low outside corner for strike 1. And out ends the inning. A hit brings in likely 2 more runs, definitely at least 1 more. Gonzalez watches the fastball run high and away for ball 1, count even at 1-1. Gonzalez with a line drive to Kaufman on the 3rd pitch of the AB. Kaufman snags it out of the air for the 3rd and final out of the inning. 5 runs come across in the top of the 4th, however, for the Knights to make it a 6-0 lead on 4 hits, 2 errors on part of the Steamers infield. When we come back, the Steamers trying to get their offensive momentum going as they have just 1 hit thus far through 3 trips to the plate as a team. Jared Kaufman, the leadoff man, due up in the inning with Houston Wright waiting on deck, and Shane Easter also set to make a plate appearance in the bottom of the frame. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Jared Kaufman digging in to lead off the inning. Drew a walk back in the first in his first plate appearance. Kaufman picking up an error in the infield in that top of the fourth that saw Greenbrier bring 5 runs across to make it a 6-0 game here in the bottom half of the inning. Kaufman takes the first pitch from Legman, who's back on the mound for yet another inning of work for a called strike. Kaufman swinging at the second pitch, and a ground ball right back up the middle. Legman with a quick reaction on the mound, but he couldn't field it as it sneaks past him up the middle. Kaufman now 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk. Houston Wright digging in with the Steamers in desperate need of some offensive firepower. Steamers pick up their second hit of the night with the Kaufman single to lead off the inning. Wright 1 for 4 yesterday. The throw over from Legman not in time. Kaufman sliding in head first safely. Wright 0 for 1 with a fly out to left. He did so in just 4 pitches in his first plate appearance. First pitch to him here, taken high above the zone, looked like a changeup from Legman. Count moves to 1 ball and no strikes. Kaufman with just a step lead off of first, but the throw over from Legman not in time. Kaufman just taking 1 step back onto the bag. Kaufman not a very aggressive lead over there at first base. The 1-0 to Wright. A slide step as well from Legman as Wright skies the 1-0 out to deep left. Bo Gonzalez making the catch about a foot in front of the warning track. And that brings up Shane Easter, who's 0 for 1 with a fly out to second. Steamers still looking for their first run of the contest. 6-0 the score here in the bottom of the fourth, following a 5-run top of the inning from the Greenbrier offense that ended Josiah Seitler's start, his 3rd start of the year for Edenton. Easter watches the first pitch come all the way in for strike 1. Throw over, keeping Chuck Kaufman in check at first. He steps back on the bag safely. Kaufman on the move from first, swinging strike from Easter at the plate. The throw down not in time as Easter slides in feet first safely. Easter now down in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Legman checking on Kaufman at second. Kaufman on the way down to third, but Easter fouls off the 0-2, sending Kaufman right back to second. No balls, 2 strikes, the count to Easter at the plate. Kaufman standing on second with 1 out in the inning. Time called to the plate. Count remains at no balls and 2 strikes. Despite the 0 for 4 yesterday, Easter still with the 2nd highest average on the Steamers ball club at 386, with yesterday's exhibition making no impact on league statistics. The 0-2 to Easter now. Fouled off once again. Easter stays alive. No balls, 2 strikes still to count to the second baseman Easter. With the shortstop Jared Kaufman standing on second following a single to open up the inning and a stolen base. The 0-2. That one skied down the right field line. But it drifts far foul and into the batting cages. Down and right. Easter hitless in exhibition games after his 0-for-4 effort yesterday. Went 0-for-4 against Tarboro back on the 19th. The 0-2 to Shane Easter once again. He fouls it off. Not one ball thrown in this at-bat. 6 straight strikes from Legman on the mound. Legman looking for the second out here in the inning. 1 gone and Kaufman waiting on second. First runner in scoring position tonight. Legman with the throw back to second. Not in time, no tag even applied. The 0-2 once again. That one's hit high to right field, but Ryland Brown making just a few steps back to corral the fly ball for the second out of the inning. Kaufman tags at second and makes his way up to third on the fly out. Tyler McPeak digging in. Struck out looking in his first plate appearance tonight. An RBI opportunity with Kaufman waiting over at third base. The lone hit in the inning coming from Kaufman and a leadoff single. First pitch to McPeak in the AB, change up high. Called ball 1. The 1-0 to McPeak now. Swung on, dribbled down the first base line, McPeak hustling. The flip over to the first baseman Carter in time to retire the side. 6-0 still our score. 1 hit for the Steamers in the inning, 1 runner left on. No runs come across to score. No errors on part of the Greenbrier defense. When we come back, Ryland Brown set to lead off. With his third plate appearance tonight, Shane McCarthy waiting on deck and Christian Carter in the 9-hole. Also due up in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Regulator Marine is a locally owned and operated boat builder who crafts the best center console sport fishing boats in the business. Built in North Carolina and tested against the challenging conditions of the Outer Banks, Regulator boats are seriously tough sport fishers known for their exceptional fit and finish, as well as a dry, soft, and comfortable ride. Designed for ultimate fishability, incredible comfort, and serious performance at every turn, each boat in their line delivers maximum versatility as you pursue the offshore life. Nick Roser back on the mound after throwing for just a third of an inning in the top of the fourth frame, closing out the 5-run effort from Greenbrier. Rylan Brown, the leadoff man in the inning, takes back-to-back balls from Roser to open up the top of the fifth. The 2-0 in there for the first strike. Sun officially set here at Historic Hicks Field in Edenton. The 2-1. Brown behind that pitch as the count moves to 2-2. The 2-2 now. Popped up over the infield. Alan Brown making his way down the first base line and calling off Tyler McPeak to make the catch for the first out of the inning. Fans, stay tuned. In the bottom half of the fifth, I'll be bringing on our own Case Kermode along with Casey Hare for their first appearances on the mic here on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network this season. Shane McCarthy, the center fielder, digging in. The junior out of Florida Southern 0 for 2 tonight with a fly out to third and a ground out to second. Swings and misses on the first pitch. Falls behind 0-1. McCarthy with a jolt into that pitch, but high and out of play as the count quickly moves to 0-2. The graduate of Princess Anne High School, McCarthy out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, as he watches the 0-2 bounce in the dirt about 2 feet in front of home plate to move the count to 1-2. The 1-2 change-up taken high and away to even up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. 6-0 still our score here in the top of the fifth inning. 1 out already recorded for Greenbrier. The 2-2 swung out over the top. McCarthy comes up empty. Gardner, the umpire behind the plate, signaling it had to be a throw down as Alan Brown makes the throw to first in time for the second out of the inning. Christian Carter now digging in. Carter singled for his first hit of the game in his first at-bat tonight, back in the third inning, and recorded an RBI and a sacrifice flyout as the second out recorded back in the 5-run top of the fourth. Swings at the first pitch, pops it up. But that one drifts over the visitors' dugout down the first base line. Count moves to no balls and 1 strike. The 0-1 now to Carter. That one's grounded. Hard to short. Kaufman fields it, but it slips in his hand and falls to the dirt before he can make the throw down to first. So 2 outs and now 1 runner on as Carter reaches on an error to make him 1 for 3 today. And that brings us back to the top of the order once again. We've now made 3 trips through the Greenbrier batting order. Wes Bonney back up at the plate. 0 for 3 tonight with 2 strikeouts and a reach on an error. Takes the first pitch for a ball high and inside. The 1-0 on the way. Nice off-speed pitch there from Roser to even up the count at 1-1. The 1-1 to Bonney. Like a fastball that might have had a bit of motion to it as well as the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes against Wes Bonney. Roser looking to put an end to the inning. The 1-2 with 2 outs. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Wes Bonney goes down swinging and picks up the hat trick. 3 strikeouts for Bonney tonight. 1 error in the inning on part of the Steamers. No hits, no runs, but 1 runner left on for Greenbrier in the inning. When we come back, Adam Fine set to lead off for the Steamers offense, still looking to bring across that first run of tonight's contest. Casey Hare and Case Kermode join me in the booth in the bottom of the 5th. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network.
St. Joseph, number 6.
6-0 still our score here in the bottom of the 5th frame. Adam Fine, the leadoff man for the Steamers, trying to get the offense going as they've been held scoreless thus far. I'm joined now by Casey Hare and Case Kermode. 2 Steamers. Casey Hare headed to Milligan University and Case Kermode headed back to Mount Olive, I believe.
Yes, sir.
Guys, Casey, we'll start with you. How are you feeling today? And how'd you feel yesterday? Tough day for you yesterday against Peninsula, but outside of that, you've been swinging the bat pretty well as of late.
Yeah, happy with my performance. I wasn't happy with my performance last night, but it was really good pitching last night. We haven't seen a lot of arms like they have here in the Tidewater League, but swinging the bat hot. Just trying to hit the ball hard every at bat. That's all I'm trying to do.
Case, as for you, you were a little late addition to this team, but you seem to have settled in pretty well behind the plate, especially in your first appearance. In your first start, you made some stops behind the plate that I thought were some MLB-level stops. How do you think you've settled in here in Edenton overall, and how have you liked this small-town summer ball environment?
I've absolutely loved it, actually. Coach Marshall's been great, very easygoing guy, so it's pretty easy to play for him. And whenever you're nice and relaxed, that's the best way to play. So he's been a big part of why I've been able to just kind of jump in and be nice and relaxed my entire time. So, but the hometown here is nice, small, lots of people. Everybody knows the Steamers, and it's definitely not what I expected coming into it. I've never seen anything like it, to be honest with you. Mount Olive's not like this, very small town in Mount Olive, but not enough support there. But this is absolutely amazing. I love this so much.
So Casey, you're headed to Milligan University. What were some things that kind of intrigued you about Milligan, and what are you most excited about finally getting the 2020-2021 season underway?
Yeah, Milligan really stuck out to me because head coach, Coach Barnett there, actually recruited me to another school my senior year of high school. And I really liked his way of talking, his baseball knowledge, and his just everything about it. And the school's nice, has my major, computer science major, and I'm just really excited to go there.
Adam Fine thrown out, trying to steal second, earned the 3rd hit of the Steamers' offensive effort with a leadoff single to open up the inning. Case, you at Mount Olive, along with Alan Alonso and Kyle Reynolds here on this team, When you found out that these two guys were on this roster already, did that kind of help to sway you to come down here to Edenton, or were you kind of jumping at the bit to get back into the swing of things on the diamond?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Whenever my college coach gave me a call and said that they were looking for a catcher, I was excited just to kind of come play in a collegiate summer league team because I've never done it before. But having Alan and Kyle here, it just made it even more easy to come because, you know, I had two guys that I knew, and I know Alan's a really fun guy and kind of crazy, and me and him kind of got to know each other pretty well this year. So I was really excited, and it made it so much of an easier decision, you know, to come here and stay here. So.
You guys have both been fortunate. You've had families come down and watch you guys play as Jackson Hipp fouls off the 1-1. How's that been, having family come support you in the summer ball environment? Casey, we'll start with you. You had your family here for quite some time, and they really got a kick out of you. And I know Papa Tom's coming down to catch a couple of games, and I'm going to try to bring him up to the booth with you again later on this season.
He'll be here tomorrow, don't worry. But yeah, it's great having family here. I know it's an 8-hour ride here just to come watch baseball, but that's what they love to do, and I'm happy to do it for them, you know.
Case, you've had some family here as well. How has it been seeing that support from your family here in just your first few weeks with the Steamers?
It's been great. That's just another thing that's kind of helped me settle in is having family come and, you know, just having people that you know watch you, and even some of my closest best friends coming to see me as well. It's just helped me settle in. It's been great. They love watching me, and I love having them here. So.
Jackson Hipp goes down as the third out of the inning with a fly out to second. No runners left down. No runs come across in the inning for the Steamers. When we come back, it'll be Ty Hanchey. Trent Hanchey leading it off with Ty Hanchey on deck. And Warren Bailey also due up in the inning. Casey Hare and Case Kermode will be with me in the booth when we come back as well. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. The Steamers are excited to announce the upcoming Magic 95.9 night at Historic Hicks Field. On Friday, July 24th, one lucky fan will go home with $25,000 courtesy of Magic 95.9. Mark your calendars now. You will not want to miss it. Magic 95.9 is a proud sponsor of your Edenton Steamers. Tune in every weekday morning from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. and listen with Bill Benjamin. Magic 95.9, the music lover station. 6-0 still our score. Greenbrier leads with Trent Hanchey, the shortstop, digging in to lead off in the inning. He's 0 for 3 today. Casey Hare and Case Kermode still up in the booth with me. Guys, how would you like to have $25,000? That must have sounded pretty nice to you, right?
I need that right now.
Case, how about you? What would you do with $25,000 in your pocket right now?
Oh, man. Probably pay off my first year of college debt that I got this year. So,
right. Yeah.
And then definitely help out my family. That'd be the second thing.
So here in Edenton, players are hosted by local families in the town. Casey, your host family, Tommy Bass, his family.
Crazy guy.
Our PA announcer here. How have you liked staying with Tommy? Because let me tell you, he sure has enjoyed keeping you as one of his Steamers.
You know, ever since first phone call he called me, we've been going back and forth at each other nonstop. But he takes it well. We take it well. It's really fun. Him and his son Jeb, my host brother, I guess. I stay with him upstairs. We just play MLB The Show and talk crap to each other. It's a great time.
Case, you're staying with Andre and Vicky, a very well-known host family here in Edenton. How have you enjoyed your time with them thus far?
Oh, I absolutely love it. They've made me feel just like I am at my house. They except they give me a lot more food. I really enjoy that. I'm a big food guy. So whenever I come home from games, it's nice to see all the leftover food in the fridge. So I've really enjoyed them. No, they've been great. Welcomed me in like their own son, so I've really enjoyed it.
So I want to ask you guys a bit about this coaching staff here. Neither of you are pitchers, so neither of you working too much with Connor Daly, but Marshall McDonald, someone that none of this team, any of the guys that have come up here have been able to stop talking highly enough about. Really, what do you guys have to say about the way Marshall McDonald's been head coaching this team? And is this your first experience with him? I actually don't know for the two of you. Have you been under Marshall's stead before, or is this the first time for both of you?
This is my first time with him, but he actually recruited me to go to Montreat the same, like this summer. But yeah, he's just one of the guys, you know. He knows his baseball. He knows how to get us rowdy. He knows everything. He's just a great guy.
So earlier in the contest, there were, in that top of the fourth, seemed to be some miscommunication, just some lapse in awareness out in the infield. You saw Marshall McDonald go out there and settle the guys down. How do you think he handles those situations as a head coach?
They're great. You know, everybody knows when he's not happy, and everybody knows when he is happy. It's just one of those things.
Case, how have you enjoyed your time under head coach Marshall McDonald?
It's been great. He hasn't he's not very talkative, but you know, he's a good guy, and whenever we do talk, it's been very one-on-one, trying to get to know me, you know, just very easygoing, not
personable.
hard. Yeah, not hard to get along with at all. Very easy to play for, so I've really enjoyed him as a head coach.
So obviously, we're all very lucky to be having a season down here in Edenton as Warren Bailey singles into right field with one out to put two runners on for Greenbrier in the inning. So we're all very fortunate to be experiencing a summer baseball season down here at Edenton. Both of you talk about your initial reactions to the cancellation of the 2019-2020 season, and was it an easy decision for you to come down here in Edenton, or was all the uncertainty going on around the country something that kind of maybe made you a little hesitant at first?
I was bought in all the time. I mean, I can't live without my baseball, so once season got canceled, I was just counting down the days to come to Edenton.
Ground ball to Myers at third. Takes a hard hop off his chest, and that'll load the bases as Jacob Jackson finds his way on a reach on an error. Case, how about you? Was this something that was maybe a little hard to officially come to? I know you said you were excited to get back into baseball action, but with all the uncertainty going on around the country, was that something that kind of came into play making your decision?
Yeah, actually I was playing with a high school freshman in college league, the Legion Ball. I don't know if you know much about it, but they were canceled this year, and so my area made our own league, and we were kind of playing against some high schoolers. So I was still swinging the bat a little bit, and then whenever I got the call from Marshall, I talked to my head coach and my close family, friends. They 100% were on board with me going. So I'm very thankful that I've gotten this opportunity. So.
Bo Gonzalez at the dish with the bases loaded and just one away. Currently facing a 1-1 count. What are you guys most excited about for the 2020-21 season outside of just getting back on the field as Gonzalez rips a ground ball into left field? The runner comes in from second and scores as two runs now come across in the inning. Ball gets past Alan Brown at the plate. And that makes it an 8-0 game. Two runs come across. So what are you most excited about here now, heading into the 2020-21 season? Sorry for the brief pause there to keep our listeners updated.
I'm excited for the new start at Milligan. You know, in AIA, I'll be playing against Marshall's team. Mm-hmm. We're in the same conference, kind of rivals. He gets me crap about it all day, every day. But, yeah, just a new start at Milligan and getting to know new people, closer to home, just everything I could ever want in a new school.
Case, you're headed back for your second season at Mount Olive. What are you most excited for now? No longer a freshman, which is big for every collegiate athlete, but also just headed back to a program you know and are familiar with and finally have a chance to get a full season under your belt, hopefully, in 2020-2021.
Oh, I'm very excited. We had a very good year this year, and we were all heartbroken whenever our season got canceled because we looked like we were going to be on a good run in the playoffs and hoping to maybe clinch the title. So this year coming up, I'm just kind of looking forward to not being a freshman. That's a good thing for sure. But also just making a lot more progress. I feel like I made a good amount of progress this year, but trying to just keep gaining knowledge and athletic ability because that's the biggest thing. So.
Rylan Brown goes down swinging for the second out of the inning. So I don't want to keep you guys up here for too long. We're going to try to get this done before the inning comes to an end. We're going to do a rapid fire. I've done this with basically everyone that's come up here. The questions are going to start kind of basic. For some people, it's definitely proven to be more of, brain busters early on. But the questions are going to get a little bit more detailed, and you feel free to elaborate as much as you want. So we're going to start with Casey, and then we'll go to Case. Favorite music artist?
Post Malone.
Eminem.
Favorite song? Doesn't necessarily have to be by them. Wow. Favorite song? I gotta go with. I don't know a favorite. There's too many good ones out there, But if I had to pick one.
What are you playing on repeat right now?
It is A Country Boy Can't Survive by Hank Williams Jr.
Pop fly drops in right. 2 runs come across to score. The throw on its way into third is not in time. Case, how about yourself?
Definitely Dear Mama by Tupac.
My God. I was hitting knuckles for that one. I love that song. Tupac's my favorite artist of all time. I'm just going to drop that now. I've asked everyone else. Might as well let everyone know how I stand on the matter. Favorite food?
Steak.
Enchiladas.
Oh, my Lord. Ethnic.
Wow.
I like it.
Jeez.
Favorite fruit?
Clementine.
Mango.
Favorite baseball memory?
Oh,
See, we
Lord.
took a jump there.
Baseball memory? Like, what does this mean?
So it could be a memory playing, or it could be a memory that you watched. It's really whatever sticks most in your mind.
Where I grew up, there's a AA team for the Cubs called the Tennessee Smokies. Mm-hmm. And way back, they were with the Marlins, I think, and my favorite player was Dan Ugla, and he would throw the ball with me before a couple games I went. I was throwing with Dan Ugla. So, and he was a second baseman, middle infielder
awesome.
like me.
Yeah.
So he's just one of my idols growing up.
Case, how about yourself?
Whenever I was younger, I went to a Braves-Astros game, and we had the chance to run the bases after the game, me and my older brother. And so about the 6th inning, we went up to the line or whatever, and it was pretty long, so we were waiting for a while. And the game happened to go into 17 innings. And so I didn't get to run the bases, but I remember going home to the hotel in the 9th inning and being really frustrated because I couldn't run the bases. And then I got home, the game was still going on. So I don't know, it was pretty cool because it was like 17 innings. I don't know, it was like the longest game and for a long period of time. So yeah, that was pretty cool.
I believe 11th run for Greenbrier comes in to score on a pass ball. So an 11-0 lead for the Knights now.
It's a lot of ones on the scoreboard.
Indeed it is. Here's a different one that I'm going to ask you guys because it's a little specific to this group. If you guys started a band, whose name's coming first in the title?
I'm letting Case go first.
It's a good question. What if we just combined the name and just went with Case or Casey?
Then it's one of your names then. I feel like you have to have both names in there because one's Casey and one's Case.
I got to go Case and then Casey because Case is shorter.
Case and Casey? I'm buying that for his full-length album, that's
you
for
think
sure.
So?
I'm streaming it on Spotify at least. All right,
nice.
Last question before I let you guys go here in the change of innings. Favorite steamer thus far through the season?
It's easy. It's definitely middle infield duo, me and Jared Kaufman, Eastern Michigan boy.
Case, how about yourself?
I absolutely love Josiah. He's a huge guy, looks like an absolute monster, and is probably the nicest guy on the team. So,
I can definitely agree with you there. Josiah, one of the nicest guys we have here in Edenton. Guys, thanks so much for joining me. Really appreciate you taking the time in the midst of an ugly game thus far, keeping it honest. 11-0 our score as we head into the bottom of the 6th frame. The Steamers desperately looking for some offensive momentum. When we come back, the Steamers look to bring across their first run of the contest. My name's Patrick Foster. You've been listening to me, Casey Hare, and Case Kermode on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Tyler Myers digging in as we're back at the bottom of the order for the Edenton Steamers. Luke Lageman back on the mound for his 6th inning of work as the Greenbrier started tonight. 5 runs came across in that top of the 6th during my interview with Casey Hare and Case Kermode. The Knights add 4 hits to their total, so an 11-3 advantage in that category. And the Steamers pick up another error in the inning as well. In fact, 2 errors in the inning, as they now have 4 as a team. 5 total in the contest, with 1 also against the Greenbrier Knights. Myers making his 2nd plate appearance tonight. Struck out swinging. First pitch lofted into right, and that one falls in front of Rylan Brown for the 4th hit of the night for the Edenton Steamers. They put a runner on here early in the bottom of the 6th inning with the score 11-0. Brody Rubenstein now digging in. Rubenstein 0 for 2 today. Reached on an error back in the 1st inning and grounded out to 2nd. A throw over to 1st. Not in time as Myers slides in safely. Myers with a stutter step over down at first base as Rubenstein fouls off the first pitch to fall behind 0-1.
Get the All-Star Game tickets on sale at EdentonSteamers.com.
No outs in the inning. 1 runner on first following the Tyler Myers leadoff single to right. Brody Rubenstein behind in the count, 0 balls and 1 strike here in his 3rd plate appearance. Once again, 11-0 the score following the 5-run top of the 6th. Throw over. Not in time as Myers back in safely. 1-1 the count to Rubenstein at the plate. The hit for Myers to lead off the inning gives him his 4th of the summer. Rubenstein pops up the 1-1 in foul territory. Deep in foul territory towards the Greenbrier dugout. But falls out of play. So Rubenstein now behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 on its way. That one's popped down the left field line. Bo Gonzalez racing towards foul territory. Lays out and can't reel it in. Off his glove in fair territory, and that one rolls down the line. Myers will move up to 3rd on the play. The ball gets past the 3rd baseman, covering. Rubenstein moves up to 2nd. So now 2 runners in scoring position with Jared Kaufman coming up to the dish. 11-0 still the score. So even a big fly would only put a minor dent in this 11-run lead for the Knights. Kaufman 1 for 1 today with a single and a walk. The walk coming in his first plate appearance back into 1st. Kaufman watches the first pitch all the way in. A breaking ball that breaks nicely at the last possible moment. Falls back in the zone for strike 1. The 0-1 on its way. Inside as Kaufman has to turn away from the pitch. Doesn't make contact with him though, taken for ball one, count even now 1-1. One pitch on the way. Popped up. That one drifting back as it smacks up against the roof of the grandstand. Count now 1 ball and 2 strikes to Kaufman. Houston Wright waiting on deck. (11-0) the score here in the bottom of the 6th. Knights lead. The 1-2 to Kaufman. Swung on, and that one's hit well out of left, but not hard enough as Myers will actually be sent home on the shallow fly ball, or the line out rather. And he scores in time before the throw can come in. Rubenstein moves up to third on the play, and it's now just a 10-run deficit as the Steamers finally crack the scoreboard on the sac fly from Jared Kaufman. 11-1 our score here at Historic Hicks Field in the bottom of the 6th. Rubenstein being given the double on the drop diving attempt from Bo Gonzalez earlier on in this inning. Houston Wright at the plate following the Jared Kaufman sac fly. Wright has flown out to left field twice tonight. First time on 4 pitches, the second time on just 2. The 1-0 to Wright. Swung on and fouled. Out of play down the left field line. The 1-1 with 1 out. Taken outside for ball 2. We still have yet to find out, I believe, who will be competing in the home run derby. But as the leading home run hitter here in the TSL, we have to imagine that Houston Wright was a shoe-in for the competition, along with the big swinger Alberto Sanchez from the Old Dominion hitters. 2-1 swung on and fouled off behind home plate and back towards the Greenbrier dugout. Evens up the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, and a runner on third. The pitch in the dirt. Gets past Bailey behind the plate. Rubenstein quickly making his way down the line. Scores standing up to make it an 11-2 contest. 2 runs coming across here in the bottom of the 6th for the Steamers. Now the base is empty for Houston Wright, who faces a full count on the upcoming pitch. Still just 1 out in the inning. Full count pitch on its way. That one swung on, driven to right, drifting foul as it falls maybe an inch shy of the visitors' bullpen and out in right field. It winds up rolling into the bullpen. So the count remains at 3 balls and 2 strikes to the designated hitting Houston Wright. Looking to bring that average over 400. The 3-2. Fouled off once again. So Wright sees 4 pitches in his first at-bat, 2 in his second. And now the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Gone. 8th pitch coming up. 3-2 once again, taken high for ball 4. So Wright works a walk with 1 away and 2 runs already come across here in the inning for the Steamers. Wright still 0 for 2 today. But now a walk to his credit.
Shane.
Right with his 6th walk here in 2020. Shane Easter digging in. Easter 0 for 2 with a pair of flyouts. First to second, then another one to deep right. It looks as though Luke Lakeman's day is going to come to an end. Or perhaps not. The infield started to collapse on the mound, but all retreating. It looks like it'll just be a conversation between the Knights assistant coach, Warren Bailey, and Luke Lakeman. Maybe just trying to give Luke Lakeman a minute to catch some air. John Gardner making his way out to the mound to hurry things along. Meeting on the mound adjourned, and Shane Easter will dig in for his 3rd time. Easter looking to maintain the status as the 2nd leading hitter on this team in batting average, at least, with 386 being the average of Easter coming into tonight's contest. 1 out in the inning. Houston Wright standing on first. Easter takes the first pitch all the way in for strike 1. A 1 the count with 1 away. Second pitch taken all the way for ball 1, count even at 1-1. Easter, a utility fielder for this Steamers club, has played multiple positions in the outfield as he swings at the 1-1 and pops it high up in the air. The center fielder, Shane McCarthy, making his way in to make the catch. For the 2nd out of the inning, Shane Easter now 0 for 3 today.
First base for Campbell University, number 21,
Tyler McPeak digging in. Still looking for his first hit tonight. As are a few Steamers. Just 5 hits in the contest for the hometown Clams. McPeak 1 strikeout looking tonight. Grounded back to the pitcher, Luke Lakeman, back in the 4th inning. McPeak swinging at the first pitch. High pop-up. Over second, the center fielder Shane McCarthy making his way in. But it drops as McPeak reaches first base safely. Houston Wright running on contact finds himself standing up at 3rd base. And that brings up Adam Fine. Fine 1 for 2 today with an infield single. Back in the 5th inning. (11-2) our score here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 runs have come across for the Steamers in this half inning. First pitch swinging is fine. Foul tips it back into the glove. 0-1 the count to start this AB. McPeak picking up his first hit with the pop-up over the second base bag. It fell in very shallow center. Fine now behind in the count, 0-2 after the swinging strike. Two runners on, both standing on the corners. Fine behind in the count, 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Pitch on its way. Grounded back up towards the middle, and that one's going to find its way into center field. Wright comes in to score from 3rd. McPeak overruns the bag at 2nd. Falls trying to turn the corner back towards the bag. The throw to 2nd gets past the second baseman, Bonnie. So McPeak able to scramble back to the bag safely. Fine with his 2nd single tonight. Now 2 for 3. and picks up an RBI. Fine now with 6 RBIs here in 2020. And the Steamers trail by 8. It's 11-3. Still in quite the hole. Alan Brown digging in now. Alan Brown 0 for 2. Grounded out back to short in his first plate appearance as he turns his back to the first pitch. A slow moving, looked like a changeup from Legman, taken high and inside for ball 1. The 1-0 to Brown. Taken low. Slider that moved back towards the middle of the zone, but far below the zone. Count moves to 2-0. To Brown. Slider that gets past Bailey behind the plate. The throw down to second is a sailor into center field. The throw comes into third, not in time. Fine moves up to third base safely. McPeak comes in to score. And the deficit cut to 7. 11-4. And meanwhile, the count moves heavily in Brown's favor. 3 balls and no strikes with 2 outs. Here in the bottom of the 6th. It's an error against Greenbrier as they pick up their 2nd tonight. 11-4 our score. 4 runs have come across here in the bottom of the 6th for the Steamers. After a 5-run top of the 6th from Greenbrier that sought them extend their lead. Ball 4 taken from Alan Brown on the 3-0. Fastball that runs high above the zone. And that brings in Jackson Hipp. Runners on the corners now for the Steamers. And Jackson Hipp, who's still looking for that first extra base hit here in 2020, digs in an RBI opportunity with Adam Fine still a base runner sitting on third base. Assistant coach for Greenbrier relieving Luke Legman of his duties. Luke Legman finishes up tonight with 5 2/3 innings completed. 4 runs come across on 7 hits. Jacob Crumley taking the mound now for Greenbrier. Crumley with just 2 games played. Make it 3 games played. 2 league games. His last appearance for Greenbrier came in an exhibition against Peninsula back on the 7th. He threw for an inning and 2/3, picked up the loss in the contest after allowing 1 earned run to score on 1 hit with 2 walks given up. Crumley started the year with the Tidewater Drillers and has now moved to Greenbrier. With the Knights, has not made an appearance against the Steamers. His last league game came against Tidewater back on July 5th. He threw for 2 full innings and picked up the victory. With no runs given up on 1 hit and 1 walk surrendered. Crumley, the left-hander out of Milligan College, will be a teammate of Casey Hares in the 2020-21 season. Stands at about 6'4", 240 pounds on the hill. Crumley currently pursuing a degree in sports management at Milligan College and played his high school ball for Princess Anne High School. As he's originally from Virginia Beach, Virginia. Jackson Hipp digging in. as we've nearly batted around here in the inning. Tyler Myers waits on deck. He was the leadoff man in the inning and got things started with a single into right field. Just his 4th hit of the summer. Jackson Hipp picking up his 2nd hit of the summer in tonight's contest. In his last at-bat, in fact, a single into right. Make it 2 at-bats ago. There was a single into left center. I read the line of Tyler Myers right below, my apologies. Takes the first pitch for ball 1 with 2 away, and runners are still on the corners for the Steamers. Alan Brown on first base following a 2-out walk. Adam Fine on third. He reached on a single up the middle. A single scored Tyler McPeak for the 4th run of the contest. The catcher Warren Bailey calling time behind the plate as Hipp evened up the count in the last pitch with a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Took a fastball from Crumley, blown away. Moves the count to 2-1. The 2-1. Breaking pitch that started about a foot above the zone and dropped back nicely, but called ball 3. Hipp ahead in the count, 3 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and runners on the corners. 4 runs have come across for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 6th in response to the 5-run top of the 5th. Or top of the 6th, I should correct myself, for the Greenbrier Knights. 11-4 the score as Hipp fills up the count with a swinging strike on the 3-1. 3-2 now from Crumley. Swung on a missed strike 3, and that ends the inning. 4 runs come across for the Steamers on 3 hits. Steamers now with 7 in the contest. Greenbrier comes up with 1 error in the inning as well. Once again, 11-4 the score. When we come back, we'll pick things up with Wes Bonney once again back at the top of the order. Trent Hanchy and Ty Hanchy also due up in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Brett Folk comes out of the bullpen for the Edenton Steamers as the 3rd pitcher to take over mound responsibilities for the Steamers tonight, 2nd out of the bullpen. Folk comes in with 10 innings under his belt through 5 games played, a win-loss record of 1-1, 3 earned runs come across on his behalf on 5 hits, 3 walks, 13 strikeouts, and an ERA of 2.7. Wes Bonney, first pitch swinging. Myers with a backhanded stop over at third, and a nice throw as he drops to one knee. That reaches McPeak at first in time for the first out of the inning. So Brett Folk, 1 pitch and 1 out.
First out, Norfolk State, 17, Trent Hanchy.
Trent Hanchy now digging in. Hanchy 1 for 4 and 1 for 3 with a walk. He struck out twice and reached on a drop third back in the 4th inning and singled. It was thrown out in a fielder's choice at second base. Following that single back in the 6th, fouls off the first pitch from Folk with 1 out in the inning. The 0-1 on the way. Catches the high part of the zone. Moves the count to 0-2 against Hanchy. The 0-2 now. Swung on, slapped to Easter at second. A throw over as one middle infielder grounds out to another.
So they hit from Norfolk State by 14 time, Hanchy.
Second out recorded in the inning. And Trent Hanchy digging in. Hanchy with a pair of grounders for a fielder's choice. Has 1 single and a strikeout looking as well. 1 for 4 tonight. Takes the first pitch from Folk. Fastball high and away for ball 1. 2 hours eclipsed. So we now head into our 2 hour and 10 minute mark once the clock reaches 9:12. Hanchy with a hard liner to Kaufman at short. Drops to a knee to make the grab in the air to retire the side. No hits, no runs, no runners left on for the Greenbrier Knights here in the top of the 7th inning. 11-4 still the score. When we come back, Tyler Myers due up at the top of the order. Set to come around for the 4th time tonight. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. College of the Albemarle has proudly served northeastern North Carolina for nearly 60 years. COA is North Carolina's first community college with 4 campuses across 7 counties, excellent educational programs, and a strong tradition in the Albemarle region. Their real passion is transformation of their students as they achieve their dreams and grow to better serve their communities. No matter your background, whatever your goals at COA, you'll transform your tomorrow. Visit their website today at www.albemarle.edu. Tyler Myers leads off for the Steamers as they still trail by 7, 11-4 here in the bottom of the 7th, following a scoreless top of the 7th from the Greenbrier Knights offense. Myers evens up the count, watching the second pitch all the way in. for ball one. Myers picked up a hit to start the 4-run bottom of the 6th for the Steamers, as he swings over the top of a fastball to put him behind in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Myers 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout looking, or swinging. The 1-2. Watched all the way by Myers. That one close to the outside black. But the umpire behind the plate ruling it ball 2. The 2-2 now. One-handed swing at the 2-2 changeup. Sets Myers down as the first out of the inning, and that brings us back to the top of the order. We've now gone through the Steamers order 3 times. We start our 4th trip through with Brody Rubenstein. Up to the dish with a double under his belt and 3 plate appearances. First pitch to Rubenstein from Crumley is a fastball right down Broad Street, taken for strike 1. Broken bat on the 0-1. Soft grounder to Bonnie over at second. Fields it. Makes the throw over in time for the second out of the bottom of the 7th. Jared Kaufman digging in. Kaufman 1 for 2 today with a single back in the 4th and a sacrifice fly in the 4-run bottom of the 6th. Was recorded as the first out of the inning. Drew a walk in his first plate appearance back in the 1st. Breaking pitch from Crumley to open up the at-bat, a curveball that just started way too high out of his hand. Had a hard break to it, but still finished above the zone. The 1-0. Fastball taking middle away. Pushes the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Kaufman looking to keep the inning alive. No hits yet for the Steamers in the inning, as Myers and Rubenstein, the first 2 batters, have gone down in order. Kaufman watches the first strike of the at-bat come all the way into the glove of Warren Bailey. Count moves to 2 balls and 1 strike with 2 outs and nobody on. The 2-1. Taken low and maybe a bit outside for ball 3. The 3-1 on its way from Crumley. Fouled off.
For a foul ball, you're looking for Lincoln to add your friend in the car business.
Full count pitch coming up to Kaufman with 2 outs, no on for the Steamers. 11-4 the score. 3-2. Swung on and missed. Strike 3.
11-2 for the Knights.
Crumley shoots a look back to the Steamers dugout before exiting the field. Brett Folk coming back for his 2nd inning of work, looking to just keep the lead for the Knights where it is at 11-4. No hits, no runs, no runners left on for the Steamers in the bottom half of the 7th. No errors on part of the Greenbrier defense. When we come back, Warren Bailey will lead off. Heart of the order due up. Jacob Jackson waiting on deck, and Bo Gonzalez due up as the 3rd batter in the inning. My name's Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. 11-4 our score as we get set for the 8th inning.
Catcher from
Warren Bailey to lead off in the top of the new frame. Bailey with 2 hits tonight and a pair of walks as well, as he's 2 for 2. And then 4 plate appearances. Singled back in the 6th as a part of the 5-run top of the 6th inning. Swings and misses again on the first pitch from Brett Folk to fall behind in the count. No balls and 1 strike. The 0-1. Lined hard into left. But that one drops in the shallow part of the grass. Jackson Hipp fielding it. Making the throw into Kaufman at short. As Bailey reaches on a single. The first hit given up from Brett Folk in this appearance. Jacob Jackson making his 5th trip to the plate. Recorded a hit in his first at-bat tonight and grounded into a fielder's choice. Also singled in his 3rd at-bat and reached on an error back in the 6th and came around to score. Time called at the plate. Jackson fouled off the first pitch, so he's behind in the count. 0-1. One runner on, no outs. Double play ball in order with the runner over at first. Jackson fouls off the second. Behind in the count now, no balls and 2 strikes. The 0-2. Swung on a missed, strike 3. Nice way to follow up the single from Brett Folk as he strikes out the second batter of the inning, Jacob Jackson, for the first out. Bo Gonzalez now making a trip after his triple in the 6th inning. His first triple of the season. Or a double reached. Came around to score on the triple. That came off the bat of Shane McCarthy. Time called to the plate. Marshall McDonald and Connor Daly not happy with the late call from Jeff Gardner. 1 runner on, 1 out, double play ball in order for the Steamers infield. First pitch in the AB. Slider from Folk that looked like it was going to hit Gonzalez. Cut back in at the last second, but not quite enough to find the zone. Count moves to 1-0. A 1-0. Taken for a strike. Count evens up at 1-1. The 1-1 to Gonzalez with a runner on first. Grounds it down the 3rd baseline. It takes a hop to the left of the 3rd baseline. Foul, so count moves to 1-2 with a runner on and just 1 away in the inning. Gonzalez, the junior at Coastal Bend College, looking to pick up his 2nd hit tonight, or 3rd hit tonight. The 1-2. Fouled off, so the count stays right where it is at 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 coming up from Brett Folk to Bo Gonzalez with 1 out. And Warren Bailey still standing on first. Reaches out of the zone for strike 3. Bailey on the way down from first to second. Late throw from Alan Brown as he recognized the steal attempt a bit tardy.
Right there from Louisville College, number 8, Riley Brown.
Double play ball taken away, but not necessary, as Gonzalez goes down as the second out of the inning. Rylan Brown digging in. Struck out swinging for the second time in the night. Back in the 6th, but doubled back in the 4th inning. Officially 1 for 4 tonight. With an RBI opportunity once again. With a runner on second. And the Knights still holding an 11-4 lead here in the top of the 8th. First pitch. Grounded softly down the third base line. It rolls foul. First strike against Brown. Folk with the 0-1 to Brown. Brown swings underneath it. Gets away from Brown behind the plate. While Warren Bailey moves up to third. Brown frustrated at himself after letting that pitch get past him. Slams his mask into the dirt around home plate. Folk looking for the punch out with 2 away. Runner on third, the 0-2. Foul tipped, but Brown in fact can't hold on to it. Count stays at 0-2. Two upcoming once again from Folk with 2 outs and a runner on third. Rylan Brown looking to pick up his second hit tonight and extend the lead. 0-2, popped up, drifts foul. Out of play. Behind home plate. Count sits at 0-2. The 0-2 once again. Swung on and missed strike 3. Folk gets out of the inning without allowing the run to score from third. 1 hit for the Knights in the inning. From Warren Bailey, 1 runner left on. No runs come across. No errors on part of the Steamers in the inning. When we return, Houston Wright leads off. 3, 4, and 5 due up for the Steamers. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Jacob Crumley back on the mound for Greenbrier when we return, 11-4. Still our score at Historic Hicks Field. Houston Wright digging in. Still looking for that first hit tonight. 0 for 2 with a walk. Drew a walk in that 4-run bottom of the 6th for the Clams. 11-4 our score here in the bottom of the 8th at Historic Hicks. Wright takes the first pitch from Jacob Crumley back on the mound for his second full inning of work. The 1-0 in the dirt. Perhaps a bit inside as well. Count moves to 2-0. The 2-0 now to Wright. Fastball taken middle away. It looked like it might have been just a bit outside, but Jeff Gardner, the umpire, ruling it strike one. The 2-1. Reached at by Wright as that one dropped nicely. Low and away. With Wright swinging over the top of it. The count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. In at the knees. A fastball from Crumley that ran way too far inside. Count fills up at 3-2. No outs. The 3-2. In the dirt. Wright works his second walk tonight. That brings in Shane Easter, who is 0 for 3, also looking for his first hit in the contest. No outs in the inning. Double play ball set up for the Knights defense with Houston Wright over at second or at first base. First pitch to Easter, taken all the way for strike one. Easter pops up the 0-1 into shallow center, not too high as it drops quickly into the glove of Shane McCarthy coming in on it for the first out. Wright held up at first base.
First baseman Campbell University, number 21, Tyler McPeak.
Tyler McPeak digging in now. McPeak picked up a single with a pop fly to center field and came around to score on the Adam Fine single after advancing to third on a wild pitch. McPeak also struck out looking in his first plate appearance tonight and grounded out to the pitcher's mound as well. Takes the first pitch for a called strike one. We're going to play a full 9 here as the score is 11-4 in favor of the road Greenbrier Knights. 0-1 swung on and missed. Count moves to 0-2. McPeak behind the fastball from Crumley there. One runner on, 0-2 with 1 out, fouled back into the net. McPeak stays alive. The 0-2. That one's lined softly into right field and takes a nice angle as it rolls up against the bullpen in right field. Houston Wright being held up at third as McPeak pulls into second with a double, his second hit tonight. So a 2-for-4 day for Tyler McPeak following a pair of hitless competitions.
St. Joe's number 6, Adam Fine.
Adam Fine digging in with 2 runners in scoring position. Ryan Fine 2 for 3 today with a pair of singles and an RBI to his credit as well. An opportunity to add to his RBI total this season once again with 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 away. A single cuts this to a 6-run contest. A single deep enough to score McPeak from second or an extra base hit brings it to a 5-run contest, while a home run would make it 11-7. a 4-run deficit for the Steamers, but Fine falls behind in the count after back-to-back strikes. The 0-2 now. Foul tipped right off the mid of Warren Bailey. The 0-2 once again. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Fine moves to 2 for 4 tonight. And Alan Brown digs in. Brown hitless tonight with a walk to his credit. RBI opportunity for Alan Brown, who comes in with just 4 to his credit this season. Ball gets past the catcher, Bailey, but ricochets hard off the backstop. So Houston Wright with nowhere to go, staying over there at third. Brown coming into today, having not notched a hit since the July 3rd contest against the Greenbrier Knights. Hitless in his 5 appearances since then, looking to avoid making it a 6-game hitless streak tonight. Takes the first 2 pitches for balls, so 2-0 the count to the catcher. The 2-0. Nice break to the curveball there from Crumley. Drops back in the zone for the first strike taken from Brown. 2-1 the count with 2 away and 2 runners in scoring position. McPeak at second, Houston Wright standing on third. Brown pops it up off the inside part of the barrel, up and over the grandstand. Count evens up. 2's all over the place. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 runners on. Crumley looking for the 3rd out. The 2-2 just fouled off. Once again off the inside part of the bat. This one lined into the netting behind the Greenbrier dugout. 11-4 still our score. No runs yet in the inning for the Steamers. They have 2 in scoring position. The 2-2. Swung on and missed in the dirt. The throw down from Bailey is in the dirt, but a nice grab by Christian Carter on a hop at first base for the 3rd and final out of the inning. 1 hit for the Steamers, no runs come across, 2 runners left on. No errors on part of the Greenbrier defense. When we come back, we pick it up with Shane McCarthy in the 8-hole. Christian Carter due up 9th, and then back to the top of the order with Wes Bonney. 11-4 our score. I'm Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers baseball only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. Doug Williams Rick Gilbert Refrigeration, Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning has been serving residents and businesses in the Elizabeth City and surrounding areas since 1974. They are a full-service licensed and insured refrigeration, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning contractor. Customer service is their #1 priority. They provide honest, ethical, and reliable service to every one of their customers. Give them a call today at 252-338-3051.
Center field throw.
New pitcher on the mound for the Edenton Steamers, Aaron Copeland, the Spartanburg Methodist Pioneer. Copeland with 7 and a third inning of work collected thus far through 2020, and a win-loss record of 2-0 with 3 earned runs given up. Shane McCarthy, the leadoff man in the inning, fouls off the first pitch from Copeland. 0-1 on its way. Breaking ball. Can't find the zone. Evens up the count at 1-1. 11-4 our score here in the top of the 9th. Both teams held scoreless in the 7th and 8th innings. The 2-1 now from Copeland, following the 1-1 ball. Taken high and inside. McCarthy fouls off the 2-1, evens up the count at 2-2. Copeland made his last appearance on the mound against Greenbrier back on the 11th. As the 2-2. A fancy looking pitch there from Aaron Copeland. I'll have to ask what that was later. A movement I'm a bit unfamiliar with. Looked almost like a rising fastball. Count runs full, 3-2. Full count pitch on the way. Swung on, grounded down the first baseline. McPeak fields it with 2 hands, steps on the bag for the first out of the inning. McCarthy now just 1 for 5 today, but a triple to his credit tonight. That came as a part of the 5-run top of the 6th. 5 runs in the top of the 6th, 5 in the top of the 4th, and 1 in the top of the 3rd for the Knights tonight, with 12 hits total collected. Christian Carter, the man at the plate. Carter 1 for 4 today with a single that came back in the 3rd. 1-0. Backs Carter off the plate, but it's called strike 1. Last time these two teams met up back on the 11th, Carter approached me after the contest, saying his parents watched the stream. So if the Carters are listening tonight, you've got a very nice son. Came up and complimented me quite a bit on what we do here and just talked to me about his experience in the TSL thus far this season. 1-2 on the way to Carter, taken high above the zone. Count evens up at 2-2. 2-2 pitch on the way from Copeland. And it nearly hit Carter. I don't know how that didn't hit him. I have no clue how Carter managed to get out of the way of that pitch. The 3-2 on the way. Swung on and missed over the top of a breaking pitch to be set down on strikes. Carter's 2nd strikeout swinging tonight.
Second base from King University, number 10, Wes Bonnie.
Wes Bonnie digging in. With 2 outs in the inning. Bonnie takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. 2nd pitch on the way. Hit in the air to right. Adam Fine tracking this one down and recording the 3rd and final out of the inning. Steamers with one last shot in the bottom of the 9th frame. They trail 11-4 to the Greenbrier Knights. When we come back, Steamers pick things up with Jackson Hipp in the 8-hole, Tyler Myers at the bottom of the order, and then back to the top of the order with Brody Rubenstein due up 3rd in the inning. My name is Patrick Foster. You're listening to Edenton Steamers Baseball, only on the Edenton Steamers YouTube network. The Steamers are excited to announce that they are hosting the 2020 Tidewater Summer League All-Star Game on Sunday, July 19th. That's this Sunday. This will be an exciting opportunity to see the best players that the TSL has to offer on one field together. The day will be filled with exciting events, including a home run derby at 4 p.m. and the All-Star Game at 6 p.m. Tickets and information are available now on the Edenton Steamers website. Just go to www.edentonsteamers.com. Jackson Hipp digging in, the first batter, to face Vincent Bashara, the closer, out of the bullpen tonight for Greenbrier. Bashara with 9 innings under his belt and 4 games played and 2 starts as well. Allowed 3 earned runs to cross in his last outing, a 2-inning appearance for Bashara against Old Dominion back on the 10th, in which he gave up 5 hits. His last appearance against the Steamers came all the way back on June 27th in a 4-inning start, in which he allowed 3 earned runs, 5 total runs on 5 hits with 3 walks and 2 strikeouts. 2-1 the count. After the 1-1 skips in the dirt, Warren Bailey calls time to talk things over with Bashara. Bashara, a rising sophomore at Old Dominion University, studying criminal justice. Played his high school ball at Maury High School as a native of Norfolk, Virginia. Two balls and 1 strike to Jackson Hipp, the leadoff man here in the bottom of the final frame. Final regulation frame, at least. Bashara calling another time on the mound. Gardner granting Bailey and Bashara the opportunity to talk things over once more. Still the count to Jackson Hipp, the leadoff hitter here in the bottom of the 9th. 11-4 the score. Steamers have quite the mountain to climb if they want to continue their TSL winning streak. Hipp check swings on the 2-1. They appeal down to Eric Byram down the first base line, who says Hipp did not go around. Count moves to 3-1. A win improves the Steamers to 13-4. A loss moves them to 12-5. Slow roller to the second baseman Bonnie. The throw over to Carter at first base is in time. First out of the bottom of the 9th recorded. So 1 out, 2 outs left for the Steamers in tonight's contest as they still trail 11-4. Tyler Myers digging in, 1 for 3 tonight with a pair of strikeouts and a single that came in his second plate appearance. That led off the 4-run bottom of the 6th for the hometown Clams. First pitch taken for a called strike 1. The Steamers currently with a 4-game lead on the top spot over the Old Dominion hitters. As the 0-1 skips in the dirt in the other batter's box, evens up the count at 1-1. Old Dominion currently trailing Tidewater in their contest tonight up at Lakewood 16-3 in the top of the 8th inning. So the Steamers looking like they'll hold on to that top spot with the same advantage, even if they lose tonight's contest. Count moves to 3-1 against Myers. One out, the 3-1. Taken high and in for ball 4. So Myers works a walk, stays 1 for 3 today. Brody Rubenstein digging in. Rubenstein 1 for 4 today. As we've worked our way through the Edenton lineup 4 times. Rubenstein making his 5th plate appearance with a double play ball in order. But it'd have to be hit quite hard as Rubenstein, extremely fast out of the box, takes the first pitch for a called strike 1. 1 runner on first following the Tyler Myers 1-out walk. The 0-1 taken far inside. Rubenstein having to quickly move out of the way of that fastball. Right below the chest of the 5'6" Brody Rubenstein. 1-1 the count. Pitch on its way. Low and in for ball 2. Two balls, 1 strike, 1 out, 1 on. Rubenstein swinging at the 2-1. He fouls it off down the third base line on a line. So the count evened up at 2-2 with 1 out and Tyler Myers standing on first. Rubenstein looking for his 2nd hit tonight. 11-4 still our score here in the bottom of the 9th inning. The 2-2. Close pitch there. Rubenstein turning his back to it. Maybe that helping him out a little bit as that pitch definitely looked like it had found its way in the zone. Count runs full with 1 away. Myers taking the lead off of first. The 3-2. Breaking pitch. Can't find the top of the zone. Rubenstein works a walk. Back-to-back walks surrendered from Bashara. Double play ball still in effect for the Greenbrier infield. 1 out in the inning. Jared Kaufman digging in with now 2 runners on base and a runner in scoring position in Myers at 2nd. Kaufman with 1 hit tonight and 4 trips to the plate. He walked back in the 1st, singled in the 4th. Recorded a sac fly out to left back in the 6th and struck out swinging as the 3rd out of the inning in the 7th. Takes the first pitch all the way in for strike 1. A 3-run blast, which would be Kaufman's just 3rd home run on the season, would bring this to a 4-run contest as the Steamers trail by 7. 11-4. Count evened up at 1-1 following the 0-1 ball. The 1-1 swung on, grounded to short. Hanchy making the throw over to first just for 1. And he'll get it in time. 2 gone here for the Steamers in the bottom of the 9th. They still trail by 7. Kaufman moves to 1 for 4 today. Now Houston Wright digging in. Wright still hitless after his contest against Peninsula, in which he went 1 for 4, was 0 for 4 in the last TSL contest against Tidewater back on the 14th. First pitch to him here. Nice breaking pitch from Bashara to open up the at-bat. In the zone for strike 1. The 0-1. Swung on. Grounded in between first and second, and that's going to bring Myers home. Rubenstein being waved around third as well, as 2 runs are going to come in to score on the single from Houston Wright. He notches a hit today. Now 1 for 3 in 5 trips to the plate. A couple of walks under his belt as well. Shane Easter digging in. Easter hitless today. 4 flyouts. 1 to second, 1 to deep right, and then 2 to center. First pitch. Taken from Easter.
Everybody clap your hands.
Ball 1. Home crowd showing their support for the Steamers as they trail by 7 still here in the bottom of the 9th. Bashar getting himself reset on the mound. Second pitch gets past Bailey at the plate. Right. Jogs up to second base without a throw down. (2-0) now the count to Easter. Bashar looking to close out this contest for Greenbrier. But 3 straight balls to Easter has the count 3-0 to the cleanup hitter tonight. Tyler McPeak wakes on deck. McPeak with a single and a double to his credit in 4 plate appearances tonight, 2 for 4. The 3-0 to Easter, taken for ball 4. So that puts 2 runners on once again for the Steamers. 11-6 is the score after the 2-run single from Houston Wright. Improves his RBI total on the season to 28. Tyler McPeak digging in now. A home run makes this a 2-run game with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th inning. First pitch taken for a ball, low and inside. Second pitch on its way. Taken maybe high, but mostly outside. Moves the count to 2-0. 6 straight balls from Bashara. Taken for ball 3. Make it 7 straight balls from Vincent Bashara now. The 3-0. Taken for strike 1. McPeak knew it as well. Didn't even motion down the first base line. 3-1 pitch coming up with 2 outs. 2 on here in the bottom of the 9th. Taken all the way for strike 2 by McPeak. So full count, 2 outs, 2 on. And 2 runs already come across for the Steamers here in the bottom of the 9th. 11-6 our score. Final strike coming up. The 3-2. Taken for ball 4. Bashara loads the bases. And Alan Alonso making a pinch hit appearance with the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 9th. Marshall McDonald feeling confident in the pinch hit opportunity. Adam Fine being pinch hit for. Case Kermode waits on deck. First pitch to Alonso. Breaks back in the zone for strike 1. Grand slam tie, or brings it to just a 1-run game as it's an 11-6 score. Back-to-back breaking pitches from Bashara. Back-to-back strikes. Alonso behind in the count, no balls and 2 strikes. With the bases loaded and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 9th. 2 runs already come across, 11-6 our score. 0-2 from Bashara. Breaking ball swung on, strike 3. Alonso goes down swinging in his only plate appearance tonight for the 3rd and final out here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Steamers do bring 2 runs across, but that's not enough to overcome what was an 11-4 advantage for Greenbrier coming into the bottom of the 9th. Steamers took a while to get the offense going. 5 straight zeros on the board. They posted 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th, and then 2 in the bottom of the 9th. Greenbrier with 1 in the bottom of the 3rd, 5 in the top of the 4th. It was 1 in the top of the third, my apologies. 5 in the top of the fourth, and then 5 in the top of the sixth as well. Steamers out hitting the contest 12-9. That's going to do it for tonight's edition of Steamers Baseball. The Knights come away victorious over the Steamers by a final score of 11-6. The Steamers' 7-game TSL win streak comes to an end as they move now to 12-5 in TSL play, while Greenbrier's record now improves. As my computer froze, of course, Greenbrier's record improves to 6-10. Your Steamers will be back in action tomorrow night as they take on the Old Dominion Hitters for the 6th time in 2020. The Hitters currently in a deep hole 16-3 in the 8th inning against Tidewater. Edenton currently holds a 3-2 season series advantage over the Hitters after sweeping the doubleheader matchup back on July 9th here at Historic Hicks Field. First pitch between Edenton and Old Dominion tomorrow is set for 7 p.m. Until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay beautiful, Steamers Nation.